Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Strider Chip. I'm back with another one here to bring you some brand new content. Here to show off a hit wish deck profile. Hits wish deck profile. That's what I'll call it. I'm using Shinron the Eternal Dragon as the SCR for this deck, and I'll be explaining more of the details of why I chose the card. So let's go over it. Old leader, reboot leader. When this card attacks a leader, you draw one, 5k power for the turn. Awaken, 4 life or less, draw one, untap one. Flip side up, you attack, draw one, get a 5k power, and you get to choose one skillless battle card from your drop, and you get to play it with an energy cost of 2 or less. Real good stuff. It says active main, active battle. Choose up to one of your cards in your hand. You discard it. You choose one of your opponent's battle cards, double strike and critical or blocker, you KO it. So that's real good stuff. That's some amazing stuff. So right off the bat, this leader puts on a lot of pressure to the board, and it can really help out a lot. And also you have the ability to control the board a bit with blockers for decks that play a lot of blockers, decks that have cards that do critical and double strike. It's dealing with those decks that put on pressure against you on the board. So if your cards don't got barrier on it, you better be looking out. Now let's go ahead and talk about pretty much the skillless cards here. That the skills cards I chose, we chose Piccolo, that looks pretty cool, and we chose Super Saiyan God Goku, and then we have another Goku down here, 2 Gokus. Now these skillless cards work in conjunction to Son Goku and Piccolo, arch rivals fighting together. It works in conjunction to this. If you want it to be, it works in conjunction to this card. Typically, this is a card you're going to play with its reduced cost condition skill. So with that active main on it, it says active main limited 1, 2 red. If you have if it's 4 more red, if you have 4 more red energies, you play this card from your hand, and you're going to choose one up to 1 red or Piccolo from your drop. From your drop, one red or Piccolo from your drop under this card. Place up to one of them. Either or, you're going to place it on this card. And then the second active main is that if your leader is red, you're going to place one card from under this card into your drop. You're going to switch it to active mode. So it has a conditional dual attack here to it. Conditional dual attack here, right? So and that's only one time it does that. So, and it helps you with going with game. Typically this card you won't necessarily play from your drop area with Shinron the Eternal Dragon. We talked about this card before, about what it can do. Though don't get me wrong, you can take advantage of it if you want to. In certain situations, you may do this. Certain situations, scenarios, depending on the conditions of the match, you may end up doing that, taking advantage of playing a high cost card with Shinron the Eternal Dragon. With the first skill, play one of your mono red cards from your drop. You may end up doing it. You may do that. It's possible you may do it. Okay. But typically with Shinron the Elder Dragon, Eternal Dragon, you're going to use that for this Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta critical combination. You want this card in your drop area. You want to, if you pull this card in your hand, you want to discard this card immediately. You want to you're gonna combo it and put it in the drop area as quickly as you possibly can, because this is really gonna help out a lot. Because this being on a board, triple strike, dual attack, it's pretty much a wrap. It's pretty much a wrap when it's played. And just imagine giving this card, instead of a dual attack, just imagine it giving it triple attack. It's a wrap. You guys already know. You already know it's pretty much a wrap. So that's really good stuff. Okay, these skillless cards, if you noticed. I have Shinron Unison of Rescue. You're going to play this in conjunction to your skillless cards. So this Shinron Unison, pretty much, it says this can't attack, and if you lose a marker from an attack, you may place one card from your life in your drop instead. That's up to you. It's optional. You may choose one of your skillless battle cards, and if you do, it gains double strike for the turn. Then you draw one card. Or it says you have no skillless battle cards in play, you choose one of your skillless battle cards with 2 or less from your drop. and you get to play it. That's actually pretty cool. That doesn't gain anything. Markers on it. This one, it says set -7. Play all skillless cards from your drop into your drop. Play all skillless battle cards from your drop. That's pretty cool. So the more skillless cards you have, let's say you got a total of 5. You have both 5 Piccolos and Gokus that are there onto the board. And then let's say, like, for example, after you do that, that Shenron dies because it had 7 markers on it. It dies. You still had maybe additional energy left over. And then also we have Fearless Pan as well in this deck. Fearless Pan is a blocker. When you play this card, you choose all other your red leaders and battle cards, and it gets a 5k power and double strike for the turn. So your leader's getting a double strike. All 5 of your skillless cards are getting a double strike as well. And let's say that Shenron was also on board and you decide to give one of your skillless battle cards triple attack to it. So that's additional. They're at 25, now they're at 35. One of them's at 35. It has double strike on it, and then it has triple attack. So that's pretty much a game wrap. Do you guys see what the logic of this deck is? This deck is to put a lot of pressure that's on the board. It's aggro. It's low energy cost playing for this deck typically, and you're there to, you know, it's an OTK pretty much deck. That's pretty much almost OTK with this deck. You're pretty much just gonna wipe his life out as quick as you possibly can. We have Gogeta Eclipser. I told you guys about this card already. This card, let's say if some of your skillless cards didn't do the work, then this card comes in handy. You have critical on the board just for 1 energy. Don't even worry about the Unison. You don't have a red Unison, and you're playing this from your hand just to swing to probably go for game, maybe, or swing to go for additional swings. Maybe you might combine Gogeta Eclipser with Shenron the Eternal Dragon. You may end up doing that. It all depends on you, what guys want to do. Okay. So far, like defensive cards here for the deck, we have is that all you got? This is a perfect card for this deck. You get to negate it, then choose one of your red cards in your hand, you discard it to your drop, and it gets a 15k power for the duration of the turn. This is strong. That works very well because you want to discard cards to your drop area. You want to do that. Then we have testing oppositions. This is another, you negate the attack. You're playing the Cybermon, gets a blocker for the turn. Permanent 5 life or less. You can activate this card's skills from your hand by adding 1 card from your life instead of paying the energy cost. All right, and it says Redix saying youth. This is our super combo. You already know what it is. We have also Topo Rice's 8. We're playing this at 3. You guys know what this is. Another perfect card. Essentially going to negate the attack. You choose one of your cards in your hand, put it in the drop, and if it's your opponent's turn, when you play this card for the duration of the turn, your opponent can't attack unless they choose 2 cards from their hand and place it in the bottom. Place it in the drop area each time. So this is a really strong card. Another blocker, more defensive techniques, blockers here. This is a really good Gohan. It costs a lot of money for this Gohan, as you can see. It's so defeating the demon, Super Saiyan Gohan. This is real good stuff here. You get to reduce the cost of this card here eventually by probably by 1. For each Z energy, you reduce this card by 1. For each Z energy in the cost of Z cards of your Z leader in battle area, reduces this card by 1. You can essentially play this card for free. When you play this card, you're going to choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards to get to 20k power for the turn. That's pretty good. And then we have Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Concentrated Destruction. Real cool stuff. You play it, you pop all your opponent's board 20 power or less, you pop it. And let's say your leader is red. Let's say you want to choose a specific card. You can choose a specific card as well. Place this card from your hand in the drop. You choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and knowing Barry gets a 25k power for the turn. I wish it said 30 instead of 25, but that's still good though. Our 1-drops here, we have Krillin. This is a searcher. When you play this card, you add up to 1 skillless red card with an energy cost of 2 from your deck to your hand. That's real good stuff. Playing 3 of those. We're playing intensified power chunks. You already know what it is. Take it when the card attacks, take a life, 10k critical. It's there for self-awakening. Then we have Wolfang Fist. You're choosing an attacking battle card or leader, and it gets annoying barrier. It gets a 15k power for the turn. You don't have to worry about the red. You don't send to play it for free. You're gonna play this for 1 energy. Okay, and so we went over a lot of stuff here. I did this fairly quickly, and then one of our other cards I chose is Son Goku Divine Presence. Has deflect, dual attack, auto once per turn. When this card attacks, add 1 skillless battle card from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. This gets a 5k power for the turn. You had 25. And this one, it says you had 3 or more energies or 2 or more red battle cards in your combo area. Play this card from your hand. You're going to choose up to 1 of your mono red cards and it gets a 5k power for the turn. So that's cool stuff too. So this one works well for skillless. I play in this at 2. Typically, I'm probably not going to play this card too that often. Don't get me wrong. If this is on the board, you want to play Fearless Pain along with it, because double strike and dual attack is perfect for this card. And then it has deflect. Oh, that's perfect. And then you're adding a skillless card from your deck to your hand. Oh, that's just perfect. That is perfect. I mean, so far this is looking good. I think this deck looks pretty good. I think it's pretty simple. 56 cards. I'll probably condense it down to maybe 50, but it's not too bad. Z battle cards, we have Rush Attack, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Deflect. Y'all already know what it is. This is a real good card. You need it. And I just ordered like 2 of these right now. I ordered 2 of them. Probably like a couple days ago I ordered it because I needed this card. You already know what this is. No reason to talk too much about it. You can see it on the screen. Real good stuff. You guys already know what this is. Super Saiyan 4, Goku, Deflect. This, this is 2 red Z battle cards that have Deflect on it. These cards are coming out in the field no matter what. When you play this card, play up to 1 Saiyan card from your deck, from your drop. Under this card, it gains barrier for the turn. That's good. That is good. That is good. It says additionally, if your opponent has 4 or more life, you deal 1 damage to them. And then you have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta surmounting the impossible. If your leader is a Son Goku, you don't have to worry about that. It's not. But if anything, this card is just there to help you self-awakening more quicker, because you want to awaken as quick as you possibly can with this deck. Actually, you know what I think about it? I don't even think I can. It says one. I don't even think I can really play this card. I'm thinking I can't play this card in this deck. I don't think it says. I don't think I can do this. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I could play it. I think maybe I could play. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys let me know in the comment description. For some reason, I'm thinking that you can't play it because I think I need a black, Z energy. I don't think that's the case at all. The color of your Z. I don't think the color of your Z energy matters. I don't think that really matters at all. What matters is that, because when you play black cards, it doesn't matter what color of the card it costs. Doesn't matter for the sip. So that doesn't matter. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I got that hit me right there and there. I don't know why that hit me. Sometimes that'll happen every now and then. Is that you'll kind of forget the rules or something like that. You sometimes kind of forget it. So place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck, and when you play, so it's just there to self-awaken. That's pretty much about it. But this is the deck I have for it. This is just like a rough draft. It's not something that's serious. I think it could possibly be a little bit competitive. I mean, again, I say by turn 3 you can get Shenron the Eternal Dragon on the board, or even probably even turn 4. Turn 4 you can get him on this board if needed to be. And then I think the game, it'll be a game wrap by turn 5. Probably turn 5 quickly, it'll be a wrap. It would be a wrap. So the mulligan hands, I would say that you want to have in this deck, typically you want to have intensified power trunks. You want to have also Krillin, Universe. Let's do the draw simulator. Draw 6. So first one. So actually, so far this is not too bad. What we're looking at right now is not that bad at all. Intensified Power Trunks, that's the card you want to have in your hand. Krillin, the Universe 7, the Challenger, I think that's a good card to have. This right off the back is a good card to have actually in your hand because you drew it. You don't have to search for this card. You drew it. I think this hand is actually pretty solid. This is a good mulligan hand. This is a good mulligan hand. Now I know that some of you may be like, well, I don't want to draw my SCR at that beginning of the game. I don't want to do that because it's a possible chance that people can help you discard it. Well, if you guys notice with this deck, right? Like, if you notice with this deck, I have multiple win conditions. You don't have to depend on Shenron, the Eternal Dragon, to win the game. You don't have to depend on that. You have skillless battle cards on the field, multiple skillless battle cards are giving you multiple swings, and then you have that unison I showed you that gives one of your skillless battle cards a double strike plus a 5k boost to it, I think, and you draw a card. Okay, and then you have Fearless Pain in your deck that's going to give all your red battle cards a 5k boost and double strike for the turn. Imagine having multiple skillless cards on the board. You guys see what I'm saying? You have Super Saiyan Blue critical combination as well. And again, in this way, don't get wrong, you won't be able to play this with its regular condition, but you'll be able to play it if you get to turn 8 essentially, but most of y'all probably won't get there. You're gonna be able to play this card from the drop. This is a card you play for the drop area. So you want to charge this to your drop as quickly as possibly you can. You want to charge it there, because you don't want to have it in your hand. You want that to go in your drop. Everything else, you're all good. So let's say if your opponent swings at you and for the second turn, basically combo with this and put it in your drop area. Get it discarded as quickly as you possibly can. This Super Saiyan Blue Goku Kaioken Goku, keep it in your hand, because this is a card you may need when he builds up a pretty good board of 20k power or less monsters. You can wipe it with this card. So this is not a bad hand. So let's reset it. We got Piccolo. We have. So essentially, this hand, I think, is kind of bad. Again, you want to get rid of this quick as possible. You want this in the drop. You don't want your super combo. You want to get rid of that. All these other cards, they don't. This is a bad hand. This is typically a bad hand. In my opinion, it's a bad hand. And we just messing around with stuff. This right here could be pretty much a bad hand too. But the first hand we saw was pretty much, I think, was probably one of the best hands. You want these two drop. You want those there. In my opinion, you want the intensified power chunks there. You want that there. You want your skillless cards in your drop area, you know, and you want this Super Saiyan Blue combination, critical combination to drop as well. But I'm all over the place, guys. I'm a little tired. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear that. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Comment, rate, subscribe. More content is coming soon.